In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the ReWire protocol. ReWire is a piece of software made by Propellerhead, the company that makes Reason, that allows you to use one DAW as a plugin inside another DAW. Ableton Live has the benefit of being able to host other DAWs such as Reason through the ReWire protocol, or to be used as a plugin in another program such as Pro Tools. Let's check out how to integrate Reason into Live first. Also, one other note, Ableton Live 11 is out right now, and as of version 11, ReWire is no longer supported, and that is because the people at Propellerhead, now known as Reason Studios, have decided to end support for that product. So if you have 11, this may not work for you, but if you have 10 or below, this should still be available. Okay, so there are two ways to get Reason into Ableton, but the first thing you have to do in either case is open Reason. You have to open the host DAW first, and in this case, Live is already open. So now I'm going to open the client DAW and log in here, and it'll just load up. And I'm going to add an instrument, this Europa shape-shifting synthesizer with this friendly keys preset, and I'm going to kind of scoot this out of the way. Now, back in Ableton, I can change my audio from to Reason, and I can select the main mix, or I can select any of the channels or buses that are in Reason as the source of my audio. And then I can record arm this track, go back to Reason, and using the on-screen computer keys here, I can play the synthesizer, and it's coming through into Ableton. I could record that into an audio clip, and then I could have all of the synthesizers and effects available in Reason inside Ableton as well. It's also worth noting that the transports of both DAWs are locked. So if I press play in Ableton, the transport in Reason is also going, and you can hear the metronome. I can turn that off. If I press stop in one of the DAWs, then the other DAW stops as well. So just routing is one way to get your Reason sounds into Ableton. There is another way. I can choose from my instruments category, external instrument, and I'm going to drag that here, and this is another way to get Reason in here. I'm going to take MIDI 2 and choose Reason, and here I can select any device in Reason that accepts MIDI, and I'm going to choose friendly keys, and then audio from, and I'm going to choose that main left and right mix again. I can play my Reason instrument through Ableton. Now I'm going to quit both programs, and then I'm going to open up Pro Tools and use Ableton Live as a plugin inside Pro Tools. Okay, here in Pro Tools, I have created a stereo aux input track and a stereo audio track. I'm going to route my aux track to a stereo bus, how about 11 and 12, and then I'm going to bring it in here to that audio track. Now on my aux track, in the inserts, I'm going to select multi-channel plugin, instrument, and up here the very first option is Ableton Live. And I'm going to select the main mix left and right output bus, although you could choose any pair of buses. And if you wanted to get really complex, you could set up multiple tracks with multiple different buses and then have like a whole mix going on. But for this demonstration, I'm just going to use the main left and right bus. Put that in the background. And now I'm going to open up Ableton as the client application. And you can see it says running as ReWire device down there in the sort of loading screen. And if I open up a set with some clips in it, we can play this. And if I go back to Pro Tools, you can see it sort of bouncing around there in the aux input track. being routed to my audio track, and if I turn on the input monitoring, voila. And I could record this. And then I could edit this in Pro Tools. And this is a way to get all of the sounds that you have in Ableton and all of the effects into Pro Tools as audio. So just to recap here, you can use Ableton as a host DAW or as a client DAW using the ReWire protocol as long as you are operating in Ableton 10 or below.